All right. What the hell is going on, everybody, and welcome back. We have a special experience for you today. It may be good, it may be bad, it may be glorious. Scarlett is in the bottom left side of the map, and she's posted this replay at my request against Gung Fu Panda, who's a player who's doing very well in the ESL European Regionals right now, a player who constantly comes out of inactivity to destroy the best players in the world, a player who's just been on an absolute tear lately. Now, the reason why I'm casting this game is Scarlett sent me a screenshot. Randomly, we'd been chatting, she sent me a screenshot, and she said the answer to late game EVP. And I'm not going to tell you what that picture is, but it was stupid enough that I decided to cast this game without watching what happens, purely off of that fact, and to see if it's good. And she said, it's really bad, you really shouldn't cast this, it's not a good game. And I said, you might say that as a pro gamer, but pro gamers don't have the same appreciation for stupidity that I do, and that I know a lot of my audience does as well. So we're going to find out. I don't know if this is going to go to YouTube or not. If you're watching it on YouTube, hello YouTube. Turns out I thought it was funny enough to share, or entertaining enough to share, but we'll see what's happened. Scarlett's going for the purple gas base first. That is a double efficiency purple gas base. It's incredibly efficient. It does basically give you 3 full workers when you're mining it, and you can do really nasty queen roach walks off it. Problem with roach queen walk is most Protoss players have started opening these minerals and just taking this third base, and breaking the natural wall is really hard. So it's quite difficult to do that. Now, Gung Fu here has got a 300 IQ 4 worker on gas transition. He does fix that. Well done. That probe's still hanging around in the main. So I'm not going to share what the picture is. I'm just gonna basically say that Scarlett says it's not a great game. I am curious to see what goes on, and for me, Gung Fu is a bit of an enigma because he's always been a bit of an outsider to the pro scene, where he rocks up to events, and I don't know, man. Like I feel like some pro gamers rock up and they're kind of cool, you know, or they have like a certain flavor to their personality. Like Special's a bit of a weirdo troll. You've got, you know, Cyril has this very dry sense of humor. Oh, sorry guys, I fudged up. I had double sound on there. Let me go. Just tapped out for a second and fixed that very quickly. But yeah, you've got Rainer, who's just like, obviously, you know, very, very fun kind of, you know, cocky young man. Then Gung Fu is someone I could never really get my finger on. Like, I think he kind of has that like almost homeschool energy to him. I don't know if the Europeans who've been around him at more events than I have would agree, but he just has this like slightly different, almost innocent air about him, and he just rocks up after not practicing for months and wrecks the best players, and I don't think they like that. I think they sense that he doesn't practice as much as some of the other top players, but like, yeah, I remember him just like rocking up with his parents to a bunch of events and just hanging out with them the whole time and just playing games, and he seemed like a lovely young lad. But definitely a player who, for whatever reason, maybe he used to rage at people on the ladder. I remember the European pros were a bit like, outsider, we don't, you know, there was like a bit of a rift. Whether that's just because he kept to himself or otherwise, I'm not quite sure. So I'm sure I've got to go ask the pros. Now I'm piquing my own curiosity. I've got to go ask them. Like, I mean, to be fair, that's kind of a meme, is that Protoss players are always outsiders, and they're always a little bit different and a little bit weird, and they kind of keep to themselves, and they don't really share their builds. They just kind of try to keep everything secret and work on their own. So they are kind of the loners, whereas Zergs are super hive-mindy, and Terrans absolutely study each other's build orders a lot. Usually there's like one Terran player that everyone copies in the high-level Terran players. TY being one of the biggest, Maru and Beyond being up there as well, Clem recently. Now this has been pretty good defense, honestly, by Scarlett, guys. She's got the purple gas about to start mining. She's got the Roach Warren coming up, so it looks like she wants to queen walk. She's on 37 workers. She's got 5 queens. The only problem with queen walk here is, like I said, it's predictable. And oh god, only 1 queen in the main. Uh-oh. But wait, he's going after the queen. That's a wild decision by Gung Fu, but you know what? It's going to pay off. Oh no. Oh guys, oh wait, he leaves his oracles. Okay, he does lose one unnecessarily, but look at that. It's a depth. One of them shades out, gets out of there. The oracles kill a bunch of queens. And that means she doesn't have enough queens to overwhelm. If he keeps building oracles, he can defend the queen walk. I don't even... she's not even going to go for it now. Oh, no! Scarlett's opening. Ah! Oh, she's getting wrecked. She's getting wrecked. Luckily for her, Gung Fu's Oracle Micro has been not quite as decisive as it maybe could have been. He probably could have got a little bit more damage, but I can see why Scarlett didn't want me to cast this game now. I can see she's had a rough start, guys. 4 drones, multiple queens, tons of mining time. She canceled the Roach Warren, which she's now rebuilding. What? Oh no, but she's droning because that Roach Warren's way too late. So I don't know if she's got the Roach Warren scouted earlier and that's why she canceled it. But she built the Roach Warren, then she canceled the Roach Warren. Now she's building it again. Now she is still building roaches. Okay, so she's still going to do a queen walk. She's just going to hit it later. So she's going to do, but she's only got 4 queens. If there's like a single Void Ray and an Oracle, it kind of beats this. This is bizarre. This is such an odd position. I don't think she can break through because he's gone kind of greedy in that he's gone for Forge and Twilight. But he's got 4 gateways about to come up. He's warping in Stalkers. Gung Fu's in an amazing position right now. The unit's lost tab. I mean, he did lose an Oracle. That's something going in Scarlett's favor. And she has opened up. Oh, he's going to wall off this path. This is hilarious. He's trying to trap her Zergling. So he's literally walled their retreat path off with a probe. Gung Fu getting tricky. Queen Walk's arriving. So you know what? 4 queens is actually enough. She's bringing 3 queens, leaving 1 at home. Mass Roach Ravager Zergling coming in. The Oracles do go into the main base and pick off drones. But you need those Oracles on the defense right now. Oh, gee. Oh, gee, Rick. Oh, that's a lot of Ravagers. Oh, no. The Ravager Queen is going to come in, take out. Oh, no, the battery's already gone. And this is half of Gung Fu's production. Gung Fu only has 4 gateways, and 2 of them have been depowered instantly. Those Oracles not scouting the middle of the map was a huge mistake. Oh no, Gung Fu's in big trouble. Scarlett can absolutely salvage this. But remember, she needs to break through, and the cannon battery spread is impressive. Really nice building there for Gung Fu. He will lose his Cybercore and his gateways. He's putting a new Cybercore in the back. Robo's coming up as well. He can start an Immortal, and he's going to. First Immortal does start up. Stalker's trying to fight this out. The mass links around is always what's scary if you come out to fight the Ravagers. But oh, he focuses a Ravager. Dude, Gung Fu's on point right now. Battery overcharge does come down. Stalkers take out. Oh, not quite able to get that extra Ravager. The Lings are going to get on top. But the Stalkers and the Cannons adding some DPS do hold on. And it looks like he should be okay. He's only got 2 gates building, but with an Immortal. Link's about to kick in as well. Scarlett goes back to droning and building an Evo chamber. Scarlett is down 10 workers. She does have the rich gas helping her make up for that, but with a 4th base only now starting. And she has at least rebuilt her queens. She's gone back up to 8 queens, so she's got plenty of queens to defend. She could break this pylon on the left side. So far, though, Gung Fu's in the lead. Robo Bay coming in right now. Robo as well, and an extra gateway. Oh me, oh my. I do wonder, you guys know I've been coy. I've been really coy about what was in the picture that Scarlett sent me. It's so funny because like I think there's like a 50-50 chance we end up spoiling whatever ends up happening in this game. Like I said, I don't know for sure what happens. I just know that picture in the title and thumbnail. So I apologize in advance if I've so far been casting a game for 8 minutes, acting kind of coy about what's in that picture and it was given away on the thumbnail. But either way, I'm very excited to see what happens. Colossus Stalker, not my favorite long-term composition, but very good for surviving the mid-game and applying pressure. Hydroden Infestation Pit, and 12 Overlords! Oh god, she's building in a laser of Overlords, guys. Scarlett has decided she never wants to get supply blocked again in this game after hitting a supply block. Luckily, she was already on 70 drones, so it wasn't too bad. For those who don't know, every StarCraft player wants to be immortalized by having something in the game, a strategy, a maneuver named after them. Beyond, it's Marine Micro, right? Marine King Prime, sorry, you're washed up. It's Beyond with his Marine Focus Fire. Scarlett's Creep Spread. Unfortunately, it's a lasers being at like 150 supply and building 14 Overlords, like 10 more than you need to max out, isn't a laser of Overlords. To be fair, Scarlett didn't really build that many more than max, but she is building another one now, just in case. She's like, I need another. I need one more. I'm only at 220 supply right now, with extra hatcheries coming up and giving you 6 supply. To be fair, better to not get supply blocked for the rest of this game. I remember Rhett used to do this back in the very early days. Rhett was always the funniest, where Rhett would be like, I'm at 96 supply on 3 base workers. I've been really greedy this game. I'm going to build 16 Overlords before making any army. And I'm like, you know you've already been very greedy, right, Rhett? And Rhett would be like, the early days of Wings of Liberty, man. Where every Zerg was like, oh my god, these cheesy builds just kill me. And I'm like, maybe I don't know, guys. Maybe we're doing something wrong. To be fair, I was complaining so much at that time. Rhett's playstyle was just 5 years too soon. He was playing Wings of Liberty like it was Legacy of the Void. He kind of was. He kind of was. Problem was he was starting with the wrong work account for that. 6 workers rather than 12. Bit of a difference. Lurker Viper's on the way. This is a big push. It's a lot of Stalkers for Gung Fu. Oh, the Queen's going down is rough. She just got smeared. That Queen just got shot. She just slid down the ramp. The problem is once these Vipers come out, they can take out the Colossus. So Lurkers and Vipers counter this army pretty effectively. So I'd like to see Gung Fu take gases, take a 5th base, start doing these Zealot run-bys, get a Prism in the back door, which he's got that Prism building after the 3rd Colossus. Sometimes I do think Protoss players are a bit too obsessed with 3 Colossus. I think there's games where your robo production slowed down, where you should absolutely just stop at 2, or sometimes even 1, and swap to other units. I think having a Prism in the back right now would ruin Scarlett. I don't think she has the material to cover every single angle. But nice shaving off drones from the low ground. 4th base, double gas goes down. Dark Shrine and a 2nd Robo coming in. Base goes up and left. Scarlett's just in survival mode. Her big push early game didn't work. She's basically got to slow things down and just defend with lurkers. Spores, spines, hydras. And notice she keeps building drones. You might be wondering, why is she still droning in the midst of this pressure? The reason is you're never really making a counterplay, and it's on the Protoss to choose when and where to engage. All you can do is buy time, and you need to build extra static as well. And every time you build static, you kill a drone, so you kind of need to just stay on this drone churn, where you're like, build drones, build drones, build drones, and you kind of never stop that. And that's really important. If you stop building the drones, and you keep building spines and spores and losing them here and there and getting picked off, sometimes you can drop down to like 60 workers, and that's really bad for such a defensive style. For a defensive style, you need a big economy so that there's no pressure on you needing to go and attack your opponent. She's going to try and trade out her Roach Ravager. This is very low value supply. 3 supply for each Ravager, 2 for each Roach. And as you can see, their damage output isn't particularly impressive. But she gets in, does a nice counterattack. Oh god, she's trying to get home. That ain't going to work. She's trapped. It's a one-way trip. She should just get in, kill as many probes and pylons as she can before she has to leave. Her hatchery on the south does go down. Gung Fu's hanging out in the middle. Oh! Scarlett gets an abduct ambush, takes out the Colossus, but he turns around and punishes her. Oh, he's going to kill all the lurkers. I think that's an okay trade for Gung Fu. Roach Ravager comes in from behind. She tries to collapse on the army, but if he can save all the Immortals, I think this is okay for him. 1 Archon goes down, a Stalker goes down. She does get another Immortal. She gets another Archon. Oh, nice blinkies, though. And he does manage to preserve the core of his army. She's trying to go Spire, Roach Hydra Remax, Adrenal Glands, and the Lurker movement speed's on the way. Roaches in that mineral line will get taken out now. She almost got the Nexus, but not quite. I gotta say, pretty good trades for Scarlett. The Roaches going around the map really messed up Gung Fu. And even though he did take out the Lurkers and made the best of a bad situation, she's back in this game now. Gung Fu's on ground army, double Immortal production. After 4 years of myself being obsessed with sitting on ground play and never playing air with Protoss while everyone massed air, I cannot describe to you all how happy I am to see the meta actually being Protoss playing mass ground, even in the late game and end game. Occasionally they'll mix some carriers in, some Tempests, but seeing a much more ground-focused army, and Protoss really use the power of Storm, Plasma Shield upgrades, Warp-ins to do harassment, the multi-prong, the movement. It's really cool to see. There is still a problem. If the Zerg gets enough money and makes Broodlord plus Lurker, with some Infestor Viper, it destroys Protoss ground. It absolutely destroys it. But yeah, people always tell me, you know, they were always saying, Pig, you're an idiot, build carriers, why didn't you build carriers, Most asked question whenever I was streaming Protoss in the last few years, every time I was playing PvZ, why didn't you transition carriers? And I go, I don't like it. I like having an army I can run around and actually create action with and have fun with, you know? It's an enjoyable interaction because you can't break the lurkers, but you suddenly have the mobility advantage. So you can get prisms in the back, you can run around. If you ever find a few lurkers without enough support, you can run in and kill them with your Immortals, your Storms. The feedback dance is really interesting in this scenario. So I really like Gung Fu's style. Scarlett's doing a good job though. Roaches, not a great unit in the late game, but one thing they excel at is just getting a ball of them to clean up Zealot run-bys. Zealots, if there's enough of them, they can take them out, but oh, Scarlett's in trubs. She's got to split some units for that, and she will. She'll send some Lings. The Linglongs go down, but oh god, she pulled all of her Lurkers out of position. Huge mistake. Scarlett made a big doo-doo there. The Observer of Gung Fu does die. Nice snipe from that Queen. Lurkers do get up here. He could click the hatchery if he wants to, but he doesn't want to risk having his units abducted. And the Lings will take out that Archon. Storm does clear most of the Lings, but look at that. Abduct on an Archon as well. Very nicely done by Scarlett. Bottom right base is wide open. Luckily for Gung Fu, A moved just a little away from the hatchery. And the Zealots, for those who don't know, Zealots are complete morons. And they're like, I guess our orders were to stand here. Waiting until the Adjudicator actually tells them, get in there and win the game. Oh, speaking of winning the game, crushes those Immortals with Force Field Immortal. Zealots are going to pull back to the right side. Lurker's moving over. Mama's on the way as well as Tempests. And this is what we've seen really evolve this late game ground style. The Mothership, because you can not only try to outposition with prisms and splitting your army up, you can also fly the Mothership into their main and recall in there. But Scarlett's already got a few spores there. She should get more spores on this edge and try to get some spores on that top left as well to kind of zone out the Mothership dive. This is an awkward game right now. Gung Fu's economy, he's got his 5th base up now. Only now. It's kind of late for a 5th base. We always talk about Max being very slow to take 5th bases, but Gung Fu has actually got his up only now at 16 minutes mining. Definitely want to see Gung Fu chew up more resources off the map, because this game does look like it's going long. Oh! Feedback on the Viper, but the Viper's happy to take that damage and regen energy, as it does abduct a High Templar, and the Lurkers kill it. Okay, Roach circling in the top left. Going to clean up these Zealots. Nice. The Zealot upgrades are 3-1 right now. +2 Plasma Shields is almost done. My phone's beeping at me aggressively. Shut up, phone. We're casting StarCraft. No one cares about you. Speaking of which, guys, I've uninstalled all games that aren't board games off my phone. So I only play board games when I'm traveling. And I don't really look at social media on my phone. I think I actually have to thank Elon for that. I feel like Twitter was the one thing that I would habitually open on my phone and just randomly scroll occasionally mindlessly. And I feel like since the logo changed, it's short. I was already not looking at it as much. And then I think it short-circuited that part of the brain. So when I see this stupid X logo, it doesn't actually register as being that thing that I would mindlessly scroll on sometimes. So I basically don't look at social media on my phone anymore. And I feel like me happiness level's definitely up. I feel like it's way up since I stopped looking at random crap on my phone all the time. I basically am just watching YouTube and or playing audiobooks. And that's like 90% of my phone usage, if not more, which is kind of good. I feel like I used to stare at that thing way too much. Maybe, what are we, 15, 18 years into having phones that are basically computers in our pocket? I finally figured out how to use it without degrading my quality of life. By the way, did you guys know you can disable YouTube Shorts on mobile? You have to go through, click the triple dots on every single YouTube short and go, don't recommend me this content, not interested. If you do that on every single one, it will no longer show you YouTube Shorts on your home feed. A lot of people don't know that. I've been telling friends and family to do that because I'm like, man, there's only so much of that short form mind rot TikTok that I can absorb before I actually just I feel upset. I feel like my brain hurts. It feels like I'm literally like flushing hours of the day down the toilet. Anyways, get on it. Let me know if it works for you. It does work for me, and I'm really enjoying it. Nidus in the back door. Scarlett's going for the cheeky Nidus. I don't know if 2 Zealots stops this. She can unload. She could get 2 Lurkers out if she wants. Yeah, 3 Lurkers actually get out. Not too bad. Causing a nuisance. The Tempests are really annoying. 7 Tempests, but oh, Abduct! Abduct comes in. She's only got a few Corruptors and Hydras. She's trying to go double Ultra Cavern right now. The reason you want to go Ultras is if you can get rid of these Immortals, Ultras are so good at clearing out the High Templar and Archons. And if they don't have High Templar and Archons, Corruptors will rule the skies. Ultra Corruptor is actually the best PvZ late game for Zerg. The only problem is Immortals hard counters it. So if you can just swap into that after killing Immortals, it'll be good. Scarlett's not there yet. Oh! She abducts Mama! She abducted Mama into the Hydra Corruptor. Nice move. Her Roaches on the right are doing literally nothing against battery overcharge. Little counterattack from Gung Fu could do some real damage on that side. But no, she's got Lurker Spine Spore. She's okay. If he goes to the right, he could kill that hatchery, but he doesn't know it's there right now. 6th base is up for Gung Fu. He's thinking about taking a 7th on that left side. Now, the one thing he's missing is that Oracle tagging unit so the Tempest can pick off at them from afar. He does have the Tectonic Destabilizers, which is plus 40 damage to buildings for the Tempest, which is pretty nice. How do you do it? Okay, so just to recap, since people are asking who are watching live, basically, if you go through your home feed and you just, basically, if you scroll down like your home feed and just say not interested in every single YouTube short, and then you like close your phone and reopen it, your home feed will not show you any more shorts until you've clicked on one. And then if you click on one through like a related video or something, it'll start showing them to you again. But as long as you stay cold turkey, it won't show them. Guys, Scarlett's efficiency is off the chain. 2,000 resources more efficient. She's abducting Tempest. She's doing really good. She can deny this base. It keeps it relatively even in the base count, and she's got a giant mineral bank. Gas bank, not so impressive, but her mineral bank's pretty damn nice. Now, one way you can get efficiency... Oh, she tried to move lurkers up, but they got cleared. That sucks. In the late game is Queens. Queen Transfuse is a great way of keeping your gas-heavy units alive longer. So you're using minerals to preserve your gas. It's very technical, but it's definitely something that we want to see Scarlett doing the longer this game goes. Ultra in the main will clean up these outs. She literally was saving her extractor with transfuses there, so quite literally saving gas mining with minerals. Not bad. And Mortal High Templar Archon on the right side. Tempest on the left as well. We've got a bunch more gateways going up over here, which is a good move. +3 air opens, +1 armor, DT blink, +3 shields is done. He's now adding ground upgrades. Gung Fu's just playing a really solid late game. But he's got to get that efficiency up, and that's all about the... Oh my god, he's doing a Harstem! Speaking of which, by the way, guys, to be fair, it would only be a Harstem if the game was already in the bag and he decided to prolong it for another 15 minutes by building cannon battery outside his base. This is actually a close game, but nonetheless, I'll stick with that title. Dude! Scarlett gets in with the Neural Parasite, turns the Immortals against the Ultras, but the Immortals do eventually break out of that, and the Infestors do go down. It's costly. The units loss tab is actually getting closer now. Scarlett's taking some big losses. Dark Templar in the main just took down, I think that was like a Lurker Den? Hydroden just died. Dark Templar do finally die as that Overseer finishes morphing. This Overseer sneaking in the back as well. She's going to look for another Nidus Worm to distract. If Gung Fu can mine out this base and this base, he will win the game, but he needs to transfer workers to those bases. He needs to actually fully mine them out. I love this cannon battery on the front line, guys. Yeah, Harstem used to be famous for this in like the original year of Harstem kind of period. And even before that, I feel like he'd build cannon battery outside people's bases and rip them apart with Tempests. It's a very good style. As long as you're good with your feedbacks on the enemy spellcasters, use some Oracle Revelations for detection. That's where I think he's falling flat, is the Oracles. He's building a new Oracle now, so he does realize, hey, if I have Oracles, I could be picking these units off way easier. He's got to watch out, though. She's going to try and abduct. She's got vision with the Changeling. She's going to abduct. She's going to abduct. Oh, she's busy on the right side. Never mind. Lurker Ultra comes in. Immortals are so annoying to deal with, though. I'd love to see her rotate her focus to the left right now. Ooh, she quickly pulls back behind the spores, realizing this is a very untenable position in the long term. Ooh, abducts could be nice. But one of her Vipers does go down, and a feedback on the other one. Nice play. Dude, Gung Fu's playing a very slick ZVP right now. Queen goes down. The Queens are in shrubs. Ah, the Queens waddle out and die. Now, to be fair, she might just want to replace those with higher quality units rather than going for that kind of mineral to gas efficiency that I was talking about. That's something you do once you're starving for money. Very rarely earlier. She just got another Oracle. That's so big. Every time she kills an Oracle, she hurts his ability to engage, but oh, she's got to pull back, dude. Corruptor's getting one-shotted by Tempest. Lurkers are taking out the Immortals, but dude, an Immortal does do massive damage to those Lurkers. Lings come into support. One Lurker does survive. Left side of the map looks like a bit more static, does go down. A couple more Lurkers are falling. The Viper has only a single abduct. She needs another Viper, and she needs more Corruptors to really scare this army back. On that right side, Ultraling Lurker coming in. Zealots aren't ideal against this, but he's building 2 Immortals at a time. As long as Gung Fu pumps 2 Immortals out and keeps rebuilding those, he should be able to deal with those. Now, in the main army, there's only 4 Immortals, but you need to keep those there, because otherwise the Ultras are going to ruin you. Ultraling runs in on the right side. Immortal High Templar Storm easily deflects. But Scarlett hangs onto the high ground base. She can mine this one out. It means they're still even mining, and the units lost tab is almost dead even. There's only a 600 resource loss difference between them. Keep in mind, especially if that's a mineral difference, it doesn't matter, number one. Number two, Protoss actually runs out of minerals in the late game more than Zerg because they spend so much on cannon battery. Whereas the Zerg doesn't tend to spend as much money on static defense because of creep spread giving them vision, and they're having a natural mobility advantage. Well, if they're playing Ultras, they have a mobility advantage. I'm like, if you're playing just Lurker, Corruptor, Viper, not necessarily. Now, interestingly, she doesn't have any Broodlords. And you might think, well, why is that? But you got to realize Tempests do massive bonus damage to massive units. Wow, that's a bad way of putting it. They do bonus damage to massive units. It is a pretty huge boost. It does allow them to basically 5 Tempests can one-shot a Broodlord. So Broodlords are really good to mix in against the ground. They're not bad versus carriers. When there's this many Tempests, they are not the answer. Mama! Oh no, Mama! Just killed a Mama right there. Nice abducts coming out of Scarlett. Oh, a Lurker manages to take that one out. Oh, Ultra Infester! Ultra Infester, watch out for the feedbacks! Oh, Gung Fu not watching! And she's giving it a Neural the Immortal to stop it getting attacks off. Great moves by Scarlett. She goes for a little bit of the Neural Parasite action. She has lost 23 Lurkers this game, though. Her Lurker count is getting severely diminished on this left side. She's got to be careful. Remember what I said? Ultra Corruptor is the supreme composition in this matchup. Now, you might be wondering why, Pig. Why is Ultra Corruptor? The reason Ultra Corruptor is the best is because you can attack move it and you don't need to micro. And like I said, as long as they don't have Immortals, if you could solve ZVP without having to micro, everyone says ZVP late game sucks for Zerg, too much micro. All the Protoss say it sucks for Protoss. But I mean, like, both sides argue because they go, it's too hard to micro. Your side just A moves. And I always feel like if you can just A move Carrier Storm or like Carrier Storm Archon, or if you can just A move Ultra Corruptor, it really is a very, very nice way of doing it. Oh, the Banelings. Oh, I mean, I don't know if she's going to be able to overwhelm. She was losing a lot of Link Bane. Zealots aren't great versus Ultras. There's still 2 more Banelings in there. She's getting decent pickoffs, but he's trading pretty well on the defense. Oh god, those Lurkers, get out of there. Abducts. She does manage to pull 1 Archon. That should go down. Nicely done. Ultras look like they will take that base out. I think it's time to send a few more units over here. Surprising that Gung Fu only has 2 Robos. Okay, 3rd Robo is building right now. As I say that, units lost tab. 1,000 resources still in favor of Scarlett. She's mined this base out, so losing this base, it's just a bit of gas left, not much minerals. And I think she's willing to give it up. She does not want to be fighting next to his Cannon Battery Tempest. Now, he's gone for a Phoenix transition. Now, those of you in the chat who are in Bronze League can maybe explain this one to me, because I don't know what the hell he's thinking with the Phoenix transition. I saw those in the production tab, and I felt like the 3 last neurons in my brain just died. I can't possibly, I don't know if it was a misclick. I just don't know why. I don't know what those of, I think maybe they would pick up the Phoenix, the Infestors. I'm very confused at the late game 3 Phoenix switch. Yeah, very bizarre, very bizarre. Bit of a waste of 6 supply in my opinion, but what do we got here? Base on the right, fresh for her. Base on the left, a bit more mined out for him. It's all about efficiency, really. That's all that matters in this game. Spire's on the way, so she's like, you know what? I need a 3rd Spire. Now, I want to make fun of Scarlett, but let's be real. She may lose these to his encroaching push on this left side of the map, right? So she's preparing for that eventuality by building her Spire. So if he pushes down the left, she'll probably push up the right rather than fighting, because those Tempests are so good at just chipping at you from far away. Oh, Ultraling Baneling. She's going for it. And the Storm says, yeah, how about get out of here, idiot? Scarlett's like, I'm not an idiot. I just want to try and clear some of your map control. And it's not a bad idea, but it ain't going to work. Storm plus battery overcharge is a big no-no for Ultraling Bane. Ooh, Scarlett's washing up on the rocks of Protoss right now. Yeah, she's kind of stuck on this Ultraling Bane Corruptor army with like a few Lurkers, Infestors, and Vipers left over from the early stages. And like I said, if all those Immortals die, Ultras are great. Corruptors are really good if you can get rid of the High Templar Archon support. But easier said than done. The Lings do really well, though. This was a bit of a drunk move out for Gung Fu, let's be real. Probably shouldn't have been on creep there. Scarlett immediately, whenever she's fighting on creep, she wrecks him. So he's really good at defending, but the moment he pushes on creep, it's like she just switches a flick and just flicks a switch. And she switches a flick and flicks those Protoss units back off creep where they belong. 2,000 resource loss difference here. 12 Broodlords. So she's going to go for the Broodlord swap against the Tempest, guys. You know that move you're not really meant to do? She's going to do what you're not meant to do. And sometimes in late game, when you're running into a bit of a wall, that's a way to do it. Now, Tempest are on the left. She could attack the right side of the map. That's always an option. You can just be like, well, if I attack over there, maybe I can do... What? When did this happen? When did that happen? Guys, that's Scarlett's Nexus building inside her main base. When did that happen? What? I didn't even see it. I didn't. What? At some point, she has stolen a probe Neuraled it at least a bunch of times to run it all the way to the main base, one neural at a time, build a Nexus, which she's now going to be able to build the Protoss tech tree from scratch. Or... shit, I mean, it's so expensive. She doesn't have the gas. Oh no, feedback's going down. Infestors are getting popped. Broodlords are there. She does take out a bunch of Archons. Nice feedbacks, but lovely Broodlord shots. And she's cleared the middle base, so she is removing a little bit of his map control, which is kind of nice. She's also denying minerals. Even though it's only like 300 minerals, it matters. It does matter. Oh, she's going for it. YOLO Jenkins. I actually think she should pull back the non-lurker units there. Cannon Immortal doing okay. High Templar does get taken out, but so does the front line of lurkers. Good storms. Army on the left side. The Spires are going to go down. Guys, she knew these Spires were going to die minutes ago. Oh, Scarlett has a huge brain. Scarlett has a huge brain. She knew that was going to happen. Corruptors and Spores. They're going to take out at least a few of the Tempests. The Broodlords get some decent damage. Those storms are kind of painful. Luckily, there's not many Archons here. The Tempest will force her back, though. Units lost have 3,000 resource lost in favor of Scarlett. These Lurkers actually ended up beating all of those Immortals. That's impressive. And he's going to go mass Tempest. And she's finally forced him to recall. I think that's like the first time he's recalled this game. She finally forces him to recall. She's trying to steal his minerals in the middle of the map. He's like, get out of here, you idiot. Does lose one of those Lurkers on the retreat. She's building more Queens. Look at her gas bank, guys. She realizes I have to go mass Queen now to do that mineral to gas transfer that I was talking about in the super late game. She's at that point where she's got very little gas income left, and she's like, oh god, this 3,000 gas needs to last me a long time. I guess I'm going to build mass Zergling for run buys and mass Queen to support the gas units I've already invested in. Oh no, it's a big push. Well, the Spores are doing pretty good. Taking out Observers and Oracles. Corruptors are over here. Ooh, and he does pull back Gung Fu. Probably a good choice for him. Drones are going to steal this last mineral patch as well. This is a good call. This is a good call. I mean, she's got like so many drones on it. It's like, mine it out. Every bit of minerals matters. I don't think she's going to be able to deny this top left base. So much cannon battery to try and get through. Phoenix on that bottom side is going to go down. Don't think the Phoenix served a big function, so not a bad idea to get rid of them. High Templar! Oh no! Storm would be good! Oh, he's not watching! Oh my god. He is watching. The Storm ends up actually ticking over the DPS to the point where it gets through the battery overcharge. +3 shields, +3 armor. Not half bad. And he's got a few Void Rays in the mix now. 10 Tempests is a massive number of Tempests. That's so many. Broodlords on the right side right now. Broodlords on the right side. We've got right now Observer pulling back on the left. And by the way, guys, spoiler alert. The picture of this Nexus is what Scarlett showed me. That's what the picture was. That's what the picture was. She's like, oh, hey, look, here's. And I was like, well, how often do you see top pro gamers steal a goddamn... And I need to go back and check it as well. He's found it. He's found the Nexus. So he's found the Nexus. It's so rare you neural parasite a worker and build a base. Unlike in Brood War, you don't get extra supply from that. You don't get separate supply. It's all included in your same 200 supply. Ooh, that goes down. Hatchery goes down. I mean, it wasn't mining anything. It's just map control and production. She doesn't have that much lava, you know? She's not... Yeah, you see? She's building hatcheries, realizing, crap, I can't actually remax on Zerglings right now. So she's having to rebuild. Greater Spire is going to go down. Ah, this is costly. Still a little bit of gas coming in for both sides, and a little bit of minerals. Not that much, though. She's still got a big, scary mobile force. The Tempest is still just wanting to chip away about 300 gas and 125 minerals on that left side of the map. She's on 33 drones. He's on 52. Gung Fu should be looking to replace those probes with other units. Oh, God, Gung Fu. Ooh, kind of storms his own Observer for a second, but luckily with that shield buff, the Observer will not take any hull damage. Spore Crawler's going to run away. You don't want to give any free pick-offs at this point. Units lost have 5,000 resources lost in favor of Scarlett. She's doing a good job of hanging on here. If you can get Banelings or Lings or Ultras on top of the High Templar, Lings can kill everything else there pretty nicely. It's just the Storm is so scary. But, like, keep in mind, Lings are very cheap for Scarlett. She's got 10,500 minerals in the bank. Someone can crunch the numbers on that, guys. How many Zerglings can you build with 10,000 minerals? Because it's 4 per 100 minerals. So I guess it's 4 times 100. So she can build 400 Zerglings to spend her bank if she wants. I think I'm doing those numbers correctly. Zealot, High Templar, Immortal moving around that side. Queen getting picked off in the middle. Oh, she's got a respread creep. That's what he's doing a good job of denying right now. Notice how her vision is getting reduced. This is very frustrating for Scarlett. This is really frustrating because look, she's even losing tech in the main base now. Oh, she's got to rebuild her infestation pit and her spawning pool. This is costly. You know, every bit of value matters. Now, overall, she's still being more cost efficient. So I would say Scarlett appears to be winning this game if that efficiency keeps up, but it's still so close. It's still so bloody close. Now, we still got a Nexus there, guys. She hasn't used it for anything yet. Now, it does have recall available, but can you recall Zerg? Can you recall? Yeah, I think you should, because it's your... Oh! Yes, you can! Yes, you can! She's gonna recall the Broodlords home! She recalls the Broodlords! Yes! She's recalled the Broodlords to the Nexus. Ling's running in. Corruptor dive! That's it! She catches it! She catches the whole ground army and most of the Tempests. He sees the Broodlords are out of position, so he dives into her main, thinking there's no way she can respond. He forgot. She used Protoss's overpowered ability back against them. She literally recalled the Broodlords, destroyed the ground army. He does kill her right side base, but she could potentially retake this. I mean, she loses every single drone. Broodlords will clean these zealots up eventually. She's going to push the left, but I think she's got to back out. The Tempest Void Ray, no answer to that. She should probably push his production. If she can get in and clear his production, it's a lot of gas and minerals he's got to spend rebuilding it, but the Immortal High Templar gets back to safety. Nice moves. Great moves by Gung Fu, but man, he lost a lot of stuff. Now, she's lost a base, drones. She's actually only 2,000 resources lost ahead, so even though she killed a lot of his high-value units, is it worth it? I think she lost more minerals and he lost more gas, which should be good for Scarlett. I could be wrong on this analysis. Those High Templar in the open would be so juicy if an Ultra jumped on those. He's got 5 Immortals, but they're all on the right side of the map. Storm. Oh, Scarlet Zerglings say bye-bye. She doesn't care, though, because she's mineral rich. Well, I mean, she still should care, but he's going to have to rebuild High Templar. And remember, as long as she's got... At some point, trades like that will be very bad if she's low on minerals. Right now, she doesn't care. She's happy to make him rebuild those High Templar. Corruptor's just going to die. There's only one Archon, a Void Ray, and a few Storms. The one Archon does not add enough splash damage to defend these Tempests. There's no recall available. There's no Mothership on the map for a second recall either. Oh! You know what would be super crazy, guys, is if when you use recall, there was like a bug that reset the Protoss player's recall cooldown as well. Wouldn't that be the sickest? I mean, obviously it'd be broken and stupid. I just feel like that's like a bug that would be hilarious to find out 14 years into StarCraft 2. We're like, did you know if you neuroparasite a probe and make a nexus, you can literally, you can destroy the cooldown of their recall as well? Oh man, this is a weird game. So she's got 25 Corruptors, 11 Broodlords. She did just recall the Broodlords again to chase him away. Oh, he's going Stalkers. Oh no. This is scary, guys. I think Gung Fu might still have this. Even though Stalkers aren't a good long-term unit, she doesn't have any spellcasters. And she's spending her last gas, like, on 5 Ultras right now. I don't know. It's going to be really awkward. She's trying to build Queens and Infestors. I think the Infestors make perfect sense. If you can stop those Stalkers from blinking on you, that is massive. There's 2 High Templar. 3 more gateways they're building. Wait, is he still building gateways? He's still making gateways. I guess he thought he was going to lose the production in his main. 12 more drones, but she's going to rebuild her workers for this base. His probes are trying to steal the minerals. Scarlett, don't let him do that. She's got changelings in his army. Oh no, he hasn't realized there's changelings on top of him. She can see everything, guys. He does steal 5 minerals, by the way. He gets 5 minerals out of there. The rest of the resources are almost completely gone. 75 minerals in the middle of the back. Map almost gone as well. There's still gas on that left side of the map that hasn't been mined, but no one's gone to it. I think they've both forgotten about it. Broodlord, Ultraling, Infestor. The Lings are useless in the storm. The Ultras are useless when they've got Immortals shooting them. Those Broodlords need to stutter step. Scarlett, get out of there. You've got to get these Broodlords. As long as the Broodlords survive, they can take out everything. But the Immortals are starting to cleave through the Ultras so quickly. The Stalkers are gone, though. The Stalkers are all dying to the Zerglings on the top of this. Gung Fu goes all in with a Stalker Remax. There's still 9 Broodlords left. 9 Broodlords left, and he can't quite break it. What a game of StarCraft that was. I love it. I love that Scarlett said this was a bad game. I'm absolutely putting this on YouTube. That was so much fun. That was so dumb and so much fun. And I don't know if I've ever seen recall used like that. Let's check this last recall, by the way, guys, because I didn't see that one. So basically, when he pushes up here, so I think this is the first recall, isn't it? I think this is the first one. So yeah, he's like, oh, you're chasing me. You're way out of position with your broodlords. I'm going to punish you. She stacks the broodlords, recalls them. The rest of them, all mobile units, just run back on their own. And he's like, wait, what? Oh, God. Oh, God. And if he quickly clumped and recalled, it wouldn't have been so bad. But he ends up losing all the Immortal and High Templar and like 3 or 4 Tempests, which is very expensive, not to mention Observers as well. Now, he does do some counter damage, but damn, we got to find out, how did she get the probe? When did this happen? I don't know if Scarlett's in the chat. I doubt it. If she is, she's probably kind of face palming and smiling at the same time. How did she build it in here? Wait. Why did he run a probe into her base? Oh no, he gifted her this, guys. I don't know how he ran this probe in here, but he did. Let's find out what happened. This probe, where are you, probe? I think it's this guy. So at some point, he grabs this probe and clicks it into her main. And he clicks it here, and then he micros it past her into the main base. He actively microed that probe. Oh my god, guys, what's the name of the guy from 300? The hunchback guy who can't hold his shield up high enough, so he goes and he tells the Persians about the secret pass? This is that guy. He's like, hey guys, I don't know if you know, there's a secret path around the back. Bucephalus, apparently. He's like, oh, let me join your side, please. Please. This is BS and stage, says chat. It's absolutely not. I don't know why the probe is here, though. It's like he just wanted to scout or something, and then he just expects it to die. But she kills the creep tumors. I love that, guys. She kills the creep tumors, and she's like, you just wait here, buddy. We've got a special gift coming for you. She brings her infestors up. Builds a nexus and then kills the probe. Amazing. You know what's great? He doesn't get to see the nexus because she kills it before the Neuro runs out, so he doesn't know about the nexus. Oh my god. Scarlett, you are a savage. And that was a very fun game of StarCraft, dude. That was awesome. GG, well played. Hats off to Gung Fu for making that so action-packed as well. And, man, the power of recall. Recall plus broodlords overpowered. GG, well played.